post that said,
hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about KSOO, man. Now, KSOO, for those of you who don't know, is a rapper from Jacksonville, Florida, who has been, man, he's been the topic of a lot of documentaries that are online right now. A lot of the stuff that's going on in Jacksonville, like the war on Jacksonville, a lot of different videos. KSOO is one of the main topics, one of the main subjects, and one of the main characters. Now, I hate to call him a character, but he is a rapper, you know what I mean? And he plays a huge part in what goes down or what went down with Duval rap, or I should say Jacksonville rap, in the last couple of years, man. He's been at the forefront of a lot of the headlines, and he's caught a lot of news lately. Now, this started again today when KSOO was in court. Now, KSOO and his lawyer were in court today in front of a judge, something they haven't done in a long time. But they immediately took to social media after the video was released and, just to give people updates on his case and about how he's coming home and going to be free, man. They've been on a real good campaign of putting that message out. And even if it doesn't come to fruition, they're giving it the old try. You know what I mean? Now, before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, KSOO was in court today in front of a judge, man, and it didn't look good. He was in an orange jumpsuit and all that. And the First Coast News down there, man, they did a good report on that, or at least they took a video. So let's actually look at that video and then analyze what's going on with KSOO in this situation.
I know Mr. DeClose said that he was quickly doing a bathroom break. He should be back in 2 seconds.
Here behind you, do you see your attorney, Ms. Kawas, waving at you?
Where we are right now, the problem is that Mr. DeClose and I are both
additional deposition dates, and I believe based on the scheduling.
That is going to be done in person. That the entire case.
Mr. Robinson's case is till Wednesday, July 28th for another status update on schedules and your trials and whether or not that idea. I want to go back here in 30 days for another status on scheduling. In the meantime, still.
Okay, so let's break down what you probably heard in that video. So KSOO was in front of the judge, and they're pretty much trying to get the schedule together for his court case because he's looking at 2 separate murder cases, man. He's got the Bibby situation, and then he has the other rapper. His name is Mr. McCormick or whatever. And dude, man, he's got a lot going on right now, to say the least, man. So, as you heard from the judge, it sounds like they're going to be back in 30 days in front of the judge just to make sure that they got scheduling together. And they're also going to be back on July 28th is when they're predicting to be in court for the first time, like an actual trial that they're going to be, trying KSOO for, I believe, both of these murder cases that he has hanging over his head. This is a wild situation, to say the least, because even if he beats one, he's still got to fight the other. And it looks like his lawyers, man, they got their hands full with this situation. But they've also taken to social media to talk about the situation and let it be known that they feel like KSOO is coming home free and that this case is built on a bunch of snitches. That's their words, not mine. And those snitches aren't coming up with the accurate stuff. You know what I mean? They're saying there's a lot of misinformation out there. He's been painted bad in the media, and we need to give him a benefit of the doubt. So since all of this has been coming out on social media, man, his lawyer said, man, they're going to talk on social media as well. Now, they're not talking specifically about case details, but they're putting it out there that they want to change the narrative about what's going on with KSOO. So they took to social media and said this. Well, the most recent post and the post that most people saw from KSOO was something he posted to his story on social media, and it said this. It said, the government have they snitches, but we have the truth. DeCas, #famous words, remember this. And you see, I believe this is one of his attorneys. He's reposted a picture of himself that she posted where he's in front of some type of business or establishment, and it says this. Tara Kawas, at KSOO 23, at Christopher DeCas, these words spoken by our client are so true, don't believe everything. So basically trying to squash all the rumors out there and letting it be known that they're working overtime to try to get KSOO to come home. This next post by his lawyer is extremely important, man, because it pretty much says that they might have enough information to clear KSOO on one of these cases. Now, his lawyer, Christopher DeCoste, who you're also seeing in that news clip, who was in the court with him that day, he said this. He said, at Young Boy created the galaxy. I guess that was somebody who posted. He said, exactly. The government has their snitches, but we have the truth. An eyewitness described the shooter as around 5'7" and under 170 pounds. KSOO is over 6'2" and around 220 pounds. It's like mistaking me for Tara Kawas. So basically saying it's like him being mistaken for the other attorney who happens to be a female or whatnot, right? Just saying that there's no, that what they're trying to say the person looked like isn't exactly what KSOO looks like or even around what KSOO looks like. It's almost the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? And that says a lot. If that's true and that's what they're basing the arrest on or any of the charges on, man, that could be good news for KSOO. Now, I continue like this. That post from KSOO's attorney, he posted that on his social media page as well. And he posted it also with this caption right here. Now, the caption is, a play on the old, case from the past we ain't even going to mention. But he said this. He said, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Without reasonable doubt, lyrics don't win in court. The truth does. Hashtag Operation Free KSOO. So basically saying that if he doesn't fit that description, then he definitely wasn't the person who committed the crime. So he's just piggybacking on what his attorney said there. Now, with all this, man, I don't know if we could take this for fact. We're all watching this on the outside looking in, but obviously he has legal representation and he obviously has what you would consider decent legal representation because he's got good lawyers and whatnot. And it looks like they're fighting their best to get him free, and they're working their hardest. Now, the last time we checked in with KSOO, they were trying to get with some activists and trying to, work that angle to see if the activists could help out or whatnot. But obviously that fell through. KSOO has a lot of videos out there with a lot of stuff about him that I see people would want to separate from. But, man, it might not all be true is what they're saying. And you got to give people the benefit of the doubt because we weren't there. Now, there are a lot of stories, rumors. I can tell you so much, man, that I've heard about KSOO, but he's in court right now, and I don't think that's in good taste. You know what I mean? We'll let this thing play out in court, but it looks like he'll be back in court in 30 days just to make sure that the scheduling is up to date, and he can make sure he gets to court on the 28th of July. And as this court case plays out, it's going to be a lot more information than you could think of because the documents that were released online already of the stories of the witnesses, and there's 3 of them that you can see, it's telling, man. They're saying a lot of stuff, man. And people are eyeballing him and saying his name specifically, man. And there's also a driver involved who was also interviewed. And I mean, his test or what he said after being interviewed is interesting as well. So, man, we'll be tuned in. We'll see what goes on with the rest of this. But with that, what do you guys think? Do you think that KSOO has a chance of coming home at all? Or do you feel that, man, even if he clears himself of one situation, he's got to worry about the other case and then, everything on top of that? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.